Welcome back to the Global News Relay. We're streaming live from California State University, Fresno. I'm Eliza Navarro.
And I'm Katie Gogo. So far, we've heard stories about shelter from Japan, Nanjing, China, and Hong Kong.
It's time for us to hand it over to Bobby Fallett and Lindsay Hyatt as we continue our tour through Asia. Bobby and Lindsay?
Thank you, Eliza. Welcome to the Global News Relay. I'm Bobby Fallett.
And I'm Lindsay Hyatt. We'll be with you for the next hour as we view shelter-related stories from Indonesia, India, and Egypt.
We begin this hour in Indonesia, where more than 3 million people live on the streets, the most recent official figures from the Homeless World Cup Foundation. However, because of recent national disasters such as floods and storms, tens of thousands more people are believed to be without shelter.
Well, hello viewers, you are now watching Global News Relay with me, Septrani Galip, and we'll bring you the latest news from Jakarta and beyond for the next 20 minutes. And here is the first news. Located next to the bustling city of Jakarta, the capital of Indonesia, Bogor district provides one of the finest botanical gardens in Indonesia. As the largest orchid and also diverse plantation preservation in Indonesia, this beautiful place can be the best tranquilized place and to study about plantation in Indonesia. Cindy Pascalina from Binus TV has it more for you.
Hello smart viewers, right now I'm in Bogor Botanical Garden. In this place there are thousands of plantations that were well conserved, such as orchid and rafflesia. This is also one of the conservation area to reduce the impact of climate change. As you can see, all this plantation can absorb carbon dioxide and also provide more oxygen. Want to find out more about this place? Follow me.
Bogor Botanical Gardens or Kebun Raya Bogor is a botanical garden that is located in Bogor, Indonesia. It is currently operated by Indonesian Institute of Science. This area is part of Samida or man-made forest. The purpose of this forest is to protect seeds of rare trees. In 1744, the Dutch East India Company established a garden and mansion at the site of the present botanical gardens in Buitenzorg, which is now known as Bogor. The icon of Bogor Botanical Gardens is Titan arum, or the flower that blossoms once in a few years.
This garden has more than 12,000 collections and consists of 3,000 species of plants like this giant water lily.
Today, the garden contains 13,983 specimens of trees and plants, 3,373 species, 1,257 genera, and 218 families. Orchid House is one of the famous sections in the gardens. For your information, Indonesia is the country with the highest orchids diversity in the world. Orchid Collection Unit of Bogor Botanic Gardens have collected 500 species of native orchids from Indonesia. The Orchid House includes 2 wings and 1 central information hall. This special building was officialized by the 4th President of Indonesia, Megawati Soekarno Putri, in 2002. Besides Orchid House, Mexican Garden is one of the most interesting places in Bogor Botanic Gardens. This area consists of many types of plants that are usually found in the arid regions, which is very unique because Bogor is famous as a rainy city. If you are looking for interesting and educative place to visit, you can consider a visit to Bogor Botanical Garden. This garden is usually on the list of tourist destination or school study tour. Here you can enjoy the nature beauty while grasping some fresh air away from the bustling city. You also can learn more about plants around the world in this place, because in Bogor Botanical Garden, you can ask the garden's management for a tour guide to give more information about this amazing garden.
So that's all about Bogor Botanical Garden. You can enjoy the scenic garden along with your friends or your family. You can have a picnic or jogging while enjoying this fresh air. If you are interested about this amazing place, you can come every day from 8 a.m. until 5 p.m. I'm Cindy Pascaina from Indonesia, reporting for Binus TV.
The increasing of waste production in Indonesia, especially Jakarta, has become a problematic matter, but a hero appears between the people. She's able to cut the waste production from her home and turn the garbage as something profitable. Moreover, the quality of the redesigned garbage can totally awe you. Who is the superhero of the day? Binus TV has it more for you. People are living with garbage all over the history. There are no days in our lives that we don't produce waste. As the global production of garbage increases, so does the world that is turning into a huge garbage can. Indonesia is one of the countries that produce the largest waste in the globe. However, nowadays many countries have applied zero waste program to minimize their country's waste, including countries in Southeast Asia. Zero waste focuses on waste reduction and encourages the redesign of resource life cycles so that all products are reused. In Jakarta, Indonesia, we found the right place where zero waste is applied.
Halo Smart Viewers, saat ini saya tengah berada di sebuah tempat yang unik di kawasan Setiabudi, Jakarta Selatan nih. Nah, tempat yang unik ini dinamakan Bank Sampah My Darling. Seperti yang Smart Viewers lihat nih, topi yang saya kenakan terbuat dari sampah loh yang didaur ulang menjadi sebuah karya yang sangat indah. Nah, masih banyak lagi karya-karya yang unik dan menarik yang ada di Bank Sampah My Darling. Penasaran? Yuk ikuti saya.
The founder, Yeni Mulyani, gave its name Bank Sampah My Darling, which literally means a garbage bank. She started off 5 years ago with her simple mission to reduce garbage around the city. Whenever she sees garbage, she will think of redesigning it into something profitable, such as plastic bag that can turn into bracelets, a box that can turn into a strong chair and table, and many more. 5 years have passed, and now she already has a community to put their concern on waste reduction. Yeni Mulyani also got the opportunities to teach in the guest lecture sessions in many Indonesian universities.
Saya hanya berpikir apa yang bisa saya lakukan, saya lakukan. Mulai dari hal terkecil, mulai dari diri sendiri, dan mulai dari sekarang. Sukses sejati buat saya itu bila mana semakin banyak orang mau mendaur ulang sampahnya, mulai dari sumbernya, yakni dari rumah. Mungkin Jakarta ini, mungkin Indonesia ini bisa bersih. Syukur-syukur bisa menuju negara yang zero waste seperti Singapura. Hanya itu impian saya. Jadikan sampah sebagai gaya hidup. Trust is my life.
One thing she hopes is that the government will open their eyes to see the raging phenomenon of growing waste production, especially in Jakarta. Her vision is to see people start to reduce the waste from home and recreate something useful from the garbage. Hoax is now something that most people have used to deal with in this globalization era. As an effort to not to spread hoax for self-business, one of the campus TV in Indonesia becomes a place for students to learn and express their creativity through broadcasting world with well integrity. As many people these days can easily access the internet, they can also easily create and share the latest news in just a matter of seconds, anytime and anywhere. In other hands, media are getting challenged by the pressure to get as many viewers or rating that could cause the potential of fake news or known as hoax to emerge and consumed by the society. As an effort to be the campus media, Binus TV, one of the campus TV that based on online streaming channel, has the purpose to show an educative and entertaining program to the audience. Binus TV is against hoax, avoiding it to gain profit. Instead, Binus TV provides credible and informative news before being broadcasted.
The impact would be, I can call it enormous, yeah, because young generation, yeah, because we call it a moment after the golden age. They still think, for me, they still think like a sponge, yeah, like a sponge. So they try to absorb a lot of information, sometimes without giving any filter. So that's why for me the impact could be so enormous, and sometimes they can change it into some action. Yeah, it is okay if it is a good the hoax give the student or young generation a good impact, but what we don't want is when the young generation give us a bad impact. TV Campus in Indonesia, for me, it is not only a channel, it is not only a vessel, but it is a way of young generation try to adapt from their young age into more adult. Why? Because sometimes people don't listen to young generation, and for me, TV Campus helps them to become a good channel and give a good chance for a young generation to also speak about maybe about news, or maybe to express themselves in a good way. Yeah, for me it's like a logical consequence, because I believe in every TV campus in Indonesia, they taught the young generation how to become more wise in using a media, not only because now is the era of media convergence. So the TV campus, I believe every TV campus taught every young generation or their student how to use the media in a really wise way, including how to use social media, including how to use any kind of digital media that they have in everyday's life.
Before the coverage team make their way to the scene, they are already briefed by the supervisor about the current topics they are going to cover. The script writer also produces the script that is based on facts. Most importantly, they are strictly restricted to take profit to write story or news that is against the facts that happened on the scene.
My message is quite simple, is try to maintain the factuality of whatever message that you want to represent or express or try to send to another people, because factuality or facts or truth is the value of the message. So please try to maintain that.
Having citizens that come from so many different backgrounds make Indonesia known as one of the most diverse states in the world. Among that diversity, religion being one of the most prominent aspects that need to be concerned of every institution in order to maintain tolerances on the environment. Here is how students in Binus University deal with this diversity of religion. As a democratic state that keeps Pancasila as the national principle, Indonesia gives an opportunity to all its citizens to have and believe in their own religion. There are 6 religions that are already recognized by the government. These religions are Islam, Catholic, Christian, Hindu, Buddha, and Konghucu. This idea emerged because the people of Indonesia have to carry the spirit of diversity that exists in Indonesia, which is Bhinneka Tunggal Ika. In other words, it means unity in diversity. The spirit of unity encouraged people to avoid clash between cultures in Indonesia. Binus University, as one of the educational institutions, has the responsibility to construct the nation and to encourage the spirit of diversity. To implement the spirit of diversity, one of the methods that is applied by Binus University is giving the supporting material for the students to learn more about their religion through religious organizations. There are 6 religion organizations in the university. They usually have their routine activity every Friday at 11 a.m. The event will be enlivened by several activities such as advisory, religious speech, discussions, and other religious activities.
Keberagaman agama di Binus University ini sangat luar biasa ya kalau saya rasa, karena di Binus University sangat mendukung kegiatan-kegiatan agama dan diwadahi sehingga orang-orang beragama tetap dapat melaksanakan kewajiban agamanya dan semakin berkembang dalam imannya, seperti itu.
Sampai saat ini hubungan pengembangan sama hubungan agama sangat akur dan tidak ada perselisihan yang terjadi. Semuanya sangat damai.
Banyak mahasiswa yang berasal dari berbagai daerah, termasuk saya juga bukan berasal dari Jakarta. Tentu saja dengan keanekaragaman budaya dan agama, yang menurut saya komunitas keagamaan di Binus ini harus dilestarikan, dikembangkan untuk sebagai wadah umat beragama di sini. Binus.
Untuk keberagaman di Binus sendiri kan sudah mendukung terbentuknya UKM agama. Jadi setiap agama sendiri sudah mempunyai UKM agama sendirinya. Jadi untuk keberagaman sendiri sudah cukup bagus. Toleransinya juga udah cukup bagus di Binus sendiri.
Hopefully, this activity could give a positive effect to the university and the society, and the increasing of tolerance between people in Binus University. It has been the end of the show. I'm Septrani Galip, and the rest of the crew would like to say thank you and have a nice day.
Ignas Redyandaru joins us now live from Jakarta, Indonesia. Hello.
Hello there. Hello.
Hi. So we just got through watching your packages. You had some really great content. My favorite story was your package on the facility where you turned garbage into usable goods. Where did you come up with that story, or how did you find that?
So we actually find that that place is from our friend, actually. So our friend giving us an information about unique place that turned garbage into useful stuff.
Oh wow, that's really neat. Yeah, I wish we had a facility like that, especially keeping in mind the fact that it was Earth Day yesterday.
Yep.
I feel like that'd be a really cool place to visit.
Absolutely, yeah, and I saw one of the hats, and when I saw her making the hat, the fact that it's out of waste, I thought that was pretty cool.
Yeah.
I wanted one myself.
Definitely.
And speaking of the waste and everything, kind of like we can transition into, your first package was about a beautiful garden and everything about that, and kind of looking at relating this to shelter, kind of the fact that you're able to, when you keep the waste away and you make that waste and turn it into goods, you're able to keep like beautiful gardens like that from growing and continuing.
Yeah. Sorry, can you say the question again over?
Yeah, so just like how in your second package, you talk about how one woman is taking waste and turning into usable goods for people. And then like kind of relating that to your first package, how when you guys take the waste away, put it into very like goods for people to use, it kind of prevents that waste from reaching out to places to where, such as like the beautiful garden that we saw and all the trees, the flowers and everything, it really prevents waste from reaching those places. How has that really been helping places like that, like the gardens?
So, well, the garden actually was found and built a long time ago, since around about 1700. And it is well kept by the government, and until now it is still protected by the government, so it is well conserved. And on that place we have the best orchid, because Indonesia is one of the places that conserve orchid, and we have the best and the biggest orchid conservation, and the garden conserve that orchid.
And it sounds like conservation is a huge priority for India. And so, can you tell us about that and how how it is in your community, and is conservation a major goal for you?
So, speaking about conservation, Indonesia have a large scale of forests, but some of them, or most of the forests, seems to be cut down by illegal logging. But now one of the places, especially in Bogor, is called the Botanical Garden, Bogor Botanical Garden. It is now well conserved by the government, so the people can study about plantation and also become the place to reduce carbon dioxide and etc.
Well, you know, Ignace, the packages that that Binus has done, we really appreciate it. We thank you for being in the Global News Relay. Great packages, great stories. We appreciate it.
Thank you. I appreciate that too.
We've been talking with Ignace Redyandaru from Binus University in Jakarta, Indonesia. You're watching the Global News Relay, a collaborative global newscast created by university students around the world.
The GNR is streamed live on CMAC.tv, our Fresno State Focus and Global News Relay YouTube channels on our website, globalnewsrelay.com. We're also live tweeting and posting on Instagram, Facebook, and Snapchat. You can find links to all of our social media platforms on our GNR website and Global News Relay Facebook page.
Coming up next on the Global News Relay, it's rare for Romanians living in Bulgaria to go to college, but those who do are getting a second chance at life.
Plus, the struggles of foreign maids in Egypt. Many are forced to live with their employers.
And from the Asian College of Journalism.
Hi, I'm Kritika, and I'm a reporter from the Asian College of Journalism for the Global News Relay 2018. This year's topic is homelessness in shelter, and I will be covering the issue of slum resettlement in Chennai and how the people actually deal with it on a day-to-day basis. Stay tuned.